First video, 6th try. This time, I'm going the whole way through. Let's start with Africa. When America fell to disease, word was that Africa was still clean. There were a few months where if you could get a boat and survive a 3-month maritime quarantine, immigration was possible. I assumed that eventually the borders proved permeable. Borders do that. A year ago, I picked up a video camera because of Africa. I've recorded almost every moment of my life since then in an attempt to document disease. I had this vague hope that these recordings would end up in Africa, that I'd record some clue, some indecipherable, unknowable clue, and someone over there would know what to do. The thought that Africa might contain human beings doing human being stuff used to be, so empowering. The idea that there might be an easy way out, an easy way to cure AMRV didn't seem so absurd back then, you know? In the movies, it was always so easy. Now I'm more hoping somebody finds this computer in 1,000 years when things are resettled. When things are resettled. If you want all the data, which I doubt, you can find everything I recorded in the raw video folder on the desktop. If you want the story, this is the place to start. When it happened so fast that I had to piece it together from the random pages of newspaper everyone stuck on Windows after the fall. Turns out, anyone who ingests the bicolored maize varietal known as Devotion 131Y becomes a Z. These days, D131Y is pretty much the sole product of the American economy. D131Y gives you the Z's, which you survive thanks to D131Y, which makes you indebted to D131Y in the way that makes you want to eat anyone who disagrees with you. Off topic, but I hate the word zombie for no other reason than its lack of specificity. The Z'd up are not zombies any more than the Spanish flu was Spanish, which was not at all, by the way. They are people suffering from a real and specific disease called AMRV, but whenever I came across an infected and said, AMRV, no one knew what I was talking about, so I adopted the colloquial Z, or Z'd up and Z'd out. Know what I'm talking about? That was what you call a rap illusion. I used to be cool. I don't call Z's zombies because they aren't. AMRV is a disease, or at least it was before it became ubiquitous. It is not possible to make the argument that we humans are the diseased ones, but that's a whole different can of bicolored maize varietal. It doesn't matter if I shoot a Z in the head or the stomach, as long as I kill it, and Z's will eat my brains, but they'll also eat anything else they can get their hands on, except D131Y. Consumption infects you, but once you're infected, you don't want to eat it because you're too busy loving it and making it happy and plentiful, which is more or less how we used to feel about ourselves. They'll usually smile when you kill them. I don't know if they're grateful or amused or what, but it helps with the guilt, which quite a few people feel. I knew this kid once who was a kind of sentimentalist who thought it troubling to think of himself as a murderer. He called killing Z's completing them. I like that. We were living in this house up in Montrose with a bunch of other humanoid types, and this kid, his name was Marcos. I guess he got Z'd up somehow. One morning he took out my puppy Jeb Bartlett, and I had to complete him. Gotta go. Silas, let's go. Newsies go for dogs and cats and squirrels first, when they've still got enough of a moral compass to recognize that separating human beings from their vital organs is ethically troubling.
Hello.
We gotta go. Sex.
Really?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Bye. Wait, Sam. What was the first thing you ever loved?
Corn.
Hope you like bullets on the cob.
Really? It's my own moral compass that's done me in now. I've done some things I'm not proud of, camera, and if I'm being totally honest, I'm not sure I want you to know about all of them, but that's the course I've decided on, and I've crossed the damn Rubicon. Besides, telling this story gives me something to do other than sitting in the only basement in Houston, listening to the generator pump in putrid air, eating rusted cans of tomatoes and drinking wine at the rate of precisely 1 bottle per day. Doing what my dad used to do. Wondering what terrible monster forces me to keep going, to keep eating, to keep reading, to keep making these videos no one will ever see. To do human stuff when I could just walk up that staircase, unlock the door, and get Z'd up like a normal person.